This is a video about assignment skills. Why you should start working on your assignment immediately. Your brain gets your brain thinking about the topic, resources. Starting work immediately allows you to find resources you may need at the library or in other places. Help, it means you have time to ask for help if you need it. And it gives you a bit of a safety net. It creates a safety net so you have time in case something unexpected happens as you're completing your assignment. Okay, some steps for approaching an assignment. You can begin with a 15-minute overview before you start. Read the assignment information carefully, perhaps highlighting as you go, and note down some of the following things. When is the assignment actually due? What do you think the purpose of the assignment is? What is the assignment asking you to do? What presentation format is required? Some other questions. Are there any guidelines or directions to follow? Are there specific references or resources given? Is there a marking criteria? How will the assignment be graded? Step 2. Brainstorm the steps that will be involved. Think about everything you will need to do for the assignment. This will vary depending on what type of assignment it is. For example, read the assignment, make points, do a schedule, check with your librarian or other people who can give you some help for general research. Review, outline what you need to research, the things you're looking for, the topics. List the topics and the headings to research. Establish how to organize your research. Last, pre-research check and then actually start your researching, but only do it once you're organized. Continue researching, finishing researching. Begin writing a rough draft, perhaps. Write the second third of the rough draft. Write the final third of the rough draft, so just creep up on it. You can do a first proof, a second proof, a third proof, just to check that the overall assignment is being answered. Step 3. Schedule the work over the time available. You need to get strategic about your time. You can immediately draw up a schedule or add to your homework diary so that you can do all other homework and all other things as well as your assignment planning. You should add in your other commitments so your schedule is realistic, perhaps sport or music commitments that you have. You may like to leave a good amount of time between finishing your draft and having the assignment completed for submission. This allows for the unexpected, or if you find some parts of the process take much longer than you expect. The schedule is not fixed. You should change it when you don't meet your planned deadline, just to make sure you don't rush the last important stage of presentation. Step 4. Ensure you are clear on what to research. Before you start researching, answer some of the following questions. What actually do I need to know about? Are there main points, concept words, or topics? These should be indicated on the assignment question as well as through your knowledge related to the topic. Write these things down. What are other ways to describe these keywords, phrases, or concepts? Are there synonyms? This will help you with search engines or catalogs. Add these to the list of words or phrases from the previous point. What do I already know? Are you confident you are correct about what you already know? Is there anything you think you should check up and confirm? Step 5. You should structure what you need to find out. You should now have a fairly good idea of the general direction for your research and how to approach your assignment. The next step is to give further structure before you go and research more deeply. This will make your research organization far easier. You have determined the main headings and subheadings, but you should also add your own ideas under these headings so that you have keywords you can use in your searching. Step 6. Decide how to organize the research you collect. You can write notes on paper as you research. You can print out relevant pages from online, then highlight and underline the relevant information. You can type notes on a computer as you research. You You can photocopy or scan relevant pages from books, articles and magazines, etc. Maybe do some screenshots and organize these things into perhaps a folder. You can also use a mix of these approaches. Step 7, maybe think about a few more things before you start researching. Don't forget the library. You might find more research resources there than you realized. When you're researching, don't forget to cite where this information came from. Therefore, that might help later on when you're trying to do a bibliography. At the end of your assignment, you need to include a bibliography that lists all the sources you referred to and where you got your information. You may not have referred to a specific quote or used specific words, but the source would have helped you understand more about the topic. And a timeline. Lastly, check your timeline. Are you on track? You might like to get some help with the bibliographies too. They can be tricky. Step 8. Actually do your research. You're now ready to start researching. Organize the relevant information. Make notes and be fully prepared to write your assignment. Have your subheadings and topics and the question clearly visible as you research so you can maintain focus on the right points. It's better to write notes in your own words as you research. When you write your own notes, it will make writing the assignment a lot easier. Okay, step 9, writing your actual assignment. Unless told otherwise, assignments can have headings, flowcharts, bullet points, highlighting, images and diagrams. The introduction, that section should immediately address the assignment question, should include what you're going to discuss and explain or describe, the purpose of your assignment, indicating how the question will be answered to get the reader's attention. The body is obviously where you include most of your main points, ideas, themes and arguments and concepts. You should not do this all in a day, but over a series of days and sessions, and refer back to your time schedule you've set. Here all your topics and headings and subheadings will be developed into written text with maybe some visual images and to reinforce your points. Then a conclusion where you succinctly reinforce your argument, answer or explain. It'll be the last word your teacher will read before giving you a grade, so you want them to finish reading with a strong positive impression, so you want to round off your assignment with strength. Okay, step 10, proofing your assignment. Your first proof, you should do that by yourself, checking the word count, spelling and grammar. Check that all the visuals have sources listed. Are the criteria addressed, and have you answered the question? Is there unnecessary information or repetition that might be removed? Your second proof, you can read your assignment out loud and you might find other mistakes you've missed. And your third proof, ask someone else to have a quick read through your work and look for errors. And step 11, your bibliography. You should have a list of the references you used, or it would be a good idea to keep that list as you go. These must go in your bibliography. They need to be listed alphabetically on a separate page at the end of your assignment. Step 12, double check the formatting. Presentation can give the teacher a positive impression of your approach, skills, knowledge and work ethic. Don't make the font too small. You want the reader to be comfortable. Sometimes the assignment will tell you what size they want for the font. Double check if your school has given you a specific writing style. Page breaks. Check where the page breaks are in your assignment. Where possible, try and start a new heading, subheading, paragraph, etc. on a new page. You could think about alignment. Whatever alignment style you use, keep it consistent throughout the whole assignment. It'll look much better that way. Page numbers. If you have page numbers, it's quite a good idea to have your name, date and title as a footnote on each page perhaps. And a title page. Make sure you include what the teacher requires on the title page. Have another good look at the assignment and see what's required. Okay, actually submitting the assignment. How should you submit your assignment? It will depend on the teacher's requirements and indeed the assignment's format. Maybe on a USB stick. It might need an online submission. In that case, considering submitted it as a PDF file, because then all your formatting will be preserved when the teacher perhaps opens it on their device. And you might be required to submit it as a hard copy. Consider printing it out on a colour printer perhaps, using a slightly heavier paper, placing all the pages in plastic sleeves, but check what the requirements of your assignment are before you submit. And they are what make up assignment skills. I hope those ideas help.